Peace be with you and welcome back to my channel for another spiritual download, another intuitive message. If this is your first time coming across the channel, I promise you it's meant to be. 10 times out of 10, there is going to be a message here for you. There's 100% chance that Spirit does have a message here for you. Or somebody that you're thinking about, or somebody that's in your energy atmosphere and or wherever you are on the planet. Needless to say, I'm sitting here, y'all, in a really big bubble bath. I'm going to be honest, okay? With bubbles up to, well, I was going to say my eyebrows, but that's not the truth. I wish the bubbles were that high. But the bubbles are up to my neck, and I'm sitting here and I'm just talking to Spirit. You know, this retrograde energy is really, really interesting. Because let me tell you something. You're being tested. I am being tested. Okay. Again, now that your enemy can't touch you, let's get that out of the way. They know it. You know it. They're cross-watching. They're watching. They're not liking the videos. Needless to say, we're aware of that. Why? Because we have the keys. We can see them. Okay. That's not important now. Slide that to the side. That door's been closed. That door is shut. It's behind you like a ducktail, ponytail, and everything that's behind you. It's behind you. So now moving forward, the Most High is testing you because of your level of expertise. You've made it through a lot of levels, more levels than you've ever made it through in any of your lifetimes. This is the one. This is the cat's meow and the dog's bow wow. This is the grand finale. This is the extravaganza. This is it. All of your lifetimes up until this point have led to this particular lifetime. Why is that? Why is this lifetime so important? Well, it's a part of the larger scheme of things per the creator of all things. And whatever it is, trusting in that and knowing that, that's really all I need to do. I don't need to worry about any alternate realities or the past that is not my current reality. Those are realities that have already happened. Now, how I remember those realities depends on me because I have free will. And if I'm talking to people that are thinking outside of the box or there just is no box, then you know, like I know, that anybody that's here that thinks that they're here to do something other than master themselves is definitely going to stick out like a sore thumb at this point in our evolution. They're going to be the first dog to bark if you throw a rock. Okay? It's a real serious balance. It's a purging. It's a finite energy when it comes to closing out those cycles. Again, not just in this particular lifetime. Some of you have spent many, many lifetimes with your enemies. And in this particular lifetime, you got it right. Some of them did not. This is a true story. Is that fair? I mean, we have the instructions. We have our story, which is the scripture. That's our story. Right? We have instructions. And the Most High was like, yeah, I know there's like 66 books in this Bible. However, there's really over 100. You know, some of this information has been tampered with. And then in the promises, the Most High said to us, the chosen ones, listen, I'm going to send a lot of prophets to come before you. They're going to be your forefathers. When they pass on, you are the way that they live forever. So what they did not accomplish and or break per the generational curse, be it greed, be it selfishness, be it resentments, anger, things that they never learned to master, right? But rightfully so, some of these people have been pissing you off for lifetimes. So you were really slow to your anger. But now you're in the lifetime of all your lifetimes. Why is this one so important? Well, that's a question that only you can answer. That's not even something I can give you through tarot cards or anything else. At the end of the day, you know, you're the one that has to live that life. People come and go. Some of these Cords being destroyed is what I heard in spiritual court. Some of these cords being destroyed is literally causing people their livelihoods because they've been so dependent on your innocent energy. But now, being in a calibrated sense of your mind and who you are and what you want and what you've been through and the cycles and the lessons. Oh, now I'm baptizing that bad breakup with that one girl, that one lady. I'm going to go ahead and baptize that experience as a beautiful lesson. You've been going through lifetimes with that one person. Yeah. This ain't our first rodeo. I'm here to tell you. At the end of the day, we all have to go back to our perspective little paths, and you got to put on your own shoes. Why? Because they're your shoes and they fit you, and so does your path, and it's been molded and shaped since the beginning of time. But why is now so important? These are the questions that you need to ask yourself. While in hermit mode, take note, do an audit of your mind. No, don't pick up your phone and call anybody. That's codependent. You're going to have to be a big grown person and heal your inner child by yourself. That is the dark night of the soul. Like I said, everybody wants your joy, but they don't want your blues. Everybody wants your power, but they don't want your sins. That's why I always say, stay in your lane. Oh, but I saw another tarot card reader and she said, I'm like, listen, this is not about that. It's not a popularity contest. I'm not the first one to do it. I'm just coming to the people that are my people. Why? Because they have something and I have something that we both all need to understand. That's the way the Most High is guiding my foot at this point in my life. But that's too much information, especially when you're in the dark night of the soul. There's a lot of people that are going through the dark night of the soul. It's okay. Are they sending you negativity? Yes, they are, but you're ascending. You're going to levels where there's certain principalities that you yourself in human form can't fight. We understand that. But listen, what you don't understand, or maybe you do, depending on where you are at your level of evolution, is that you have divine ancestors that are in place that are clearing your path and whooping ass in the spiritual realm, calling judgment down on people's bloodlines and lineage. I call judgment down on my enemy's bloodline. Ooh. Oh, Cinnamon, where you gonna run to? Cinnamon, where you gonna run to? Cinnamon, where you gonna run to on Judgment Day? This is the question. So to be preoccupied with random, unnecessary commercial breaks in your life, be mindful of your time. You've been here before. It's a retrograde to the 10th power. You're like, oh, I know why they say the 5D and above. No, now you know why they say the 100D and above. Because that's where you're ascending to. Okay, so you're seeing shadows and, you think you got COVID again. Listen, you're dying. Here's the message. Yes, you're dying. Okay? You're dying to be transformed and reborn. It's the resurrection. You'll do that until one day you're physically done in this realm with your work, period. And then you ascend back to the Creator, hopefully, as you stand in judgment for what you went to do. Did you accomplish your goal? Did you get distracted again by that same karmic lover in your 1000th lifetime? Or did you close the door with love? See, here's the hugest delusion that the devil ever convinced the karmics of, is that we're sitting in a wounded energy because we mention them. No, they're case studies. It's like when you fumbled the ball, you watch the tape and you're like, oh yeah, that's where I made a mistake. I should have caught that with my right hand and not my left. It's very systematic at this point. It's a very logical head over heart thing. Forgiving people that don't deserve it is admirable. But it's not in front of people that you'll be tested. It's in your spiritual closet with the Most High, transparent, naked. Okay, you can go in there lying if you want to. Listen, you look like an idiot lying in the presence of yourself and the Most High God that knows every thought that you have, every breath that you take. I put my spirit into my people, my chosen. You're going to know them by their works. I could get on here and I could show you all my shoes and my makeup and why. That would be fun. But what are my intentions? Right? It's not about what you do. It's what your intentions are. What is your main focus? And if it's not the Most High, then something's out of order and you're required to adhere to the warnings. The Most High says, I'm going to send messengers. Okay. You're going to be in a time where they say there is no God. Did you see what happened in Chicago? Did you hear about the debt ceiling with the currency? Listen, look at your world. What are you going to do? Well, you're going to have to rebuild it. It's possible that we might have to start over at some point. Do you know how to grow a tomato? Oh, do you know how to barter? Can you give me 2 slices of bread for 1 chunk of cheese? Love thy neighbor. And this is why when the meek inherits the earth, this will be organic. This will be a natural movement. We all woke up from the spell. Oh, she's white. I don't like her. Oh, he's black. I don't like him. Oh, you know the Hispanics. Listen, if you still playing that stupid ass little game, listen, you better look at the spirit. You better discern the spirits. I don't give a damn if you're turquoise. Are you kind? Are you nice? Do you have the characteristics of the Most High as it relates to the 10 Commandments? Then why are we talking? I have to be mindful of my energy. I come in peace, I leave in peace, period. As best I can. Because every situation is revealing to me who I truly am and what my intentions really are. How connected and or disconnected or balanced am I in this world, in the spiritual realm? Again, we're just sitting on this big ass rock they call Earth. So if you start to feel important and you think that nobody's ever gone through anything, I know it hurts. I know there are things that you don't want to tell anybody. You're not required to. Okay? You're not required to carry that sick bed. Y'all remember that man that was in town in the Bible and Jesus came up on him and was like, bruh, what are you doing? See, people don't talk the way Jesus was really talking. These mofos was getting on Jesus' nerves. He says, what are you doing there? The man says, oh, well, yeah, you know, my father, my mother, they did this to me. And I've been laying here for going on 20 years. 20 years this man sat in one spot, complained about his mama, his daddy, his brother, laid in the courtyard. Upon his bed, he brought his bed into the courtyard. And people would pass him. Oh, yeah, you know who that is. That's what's his name. Oh, damn. He'd been there 20 years. You know what Jesus told him? Jesus heard all of his story. He like, right. Okay, yeah, they hurt you. Oh, okay. Well, wow, that's bad. Okay. At the end of it all, you know what Jesus said? You can find the scripture. He says, well, I heard what you said. And I'm sorry that happened to you. You have the power to forgive. The man was like, well, you know, but my dad, and he was finding reasons to be incapable of getting up and picking up his bed. Instead, 20 minutes it felt like to him, but it had been 20 years. So Jesus said, listen, I heard you. You keep telling me the same story over and over. You tell it every day about how they did you, how they betrayed you. Blah, 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 blah. You did it for 20 years. The question I have for you is, now that I've heard your story, Jesus said, do you want to walk? The man was like, of course I do. Why else would I be laying here? I'm stuck because my mother blood. Jesus said, shut up. Listen, I can't get in your sick bed, boo. Jesus said, do you want to walk? The man was like, yes. He said, well, pick up your damn bed and walk. Nobody's coming. The Most High sent you. Get up. Do you know that the man got up and walked? He just needed somebody to come along and hold a place, a space of love and light for him until he could see it for himself. All this time, he realized that he was the reason that he had not gotten up, and he had to stand accountable to that. Now, what is his requirement with that type of a testimony? What can he do with the trauma and pain that made him stuck for 20 years? Nothing. He can move forward. He cannot allow it to control him. And then he can go and do for other people what Jesus did for him. What else are we here to do? The hair and the nails, that's a perk. That's just fun. We can't take that with us. Somebody's going through somebody's clothes right now. Somebody that passed away. That's how that stuff works. Oh, such and such passed away. Oh, God, we got to pack her house up. They go in there. Girl, she still got Victoria's Secret underwear in here with the tag still on. This is what it is. You didn't come to stay. Listen, I'm going to make you feel comfortable with love and encouragement from my heart to yours. You're not going to make it out alive. That's a reality. That's a freaking reality. At least not your physical body. At some point, you're going to check out. Take some pressure off yourself. Self-preserve. Be wise. You know how many people I met in the medical field that were dying in their last days, and they told me, you know what? It's my own fault. See, nobody really knows my path and what I've been through. But I'll give you a little taste. I used to take 2,000 calls per month for one of the largest medical companies on the West Coast. I was self-supervised. I did not need a supervisor. So just imagine 2,000 calls in 30 days by myself. I worked at home long before the pandemic. Little did I realize the Most High was molding and shaping my patience, my intuition, as I listened to 2,000 people per month for 11 years. I can talk to anybody, anywhere, white, black, green, if I could tell you the wisdom that I gained in such a position. But when my time was up, I looked at the clock. It was 2:00 on the dot. I said, you know what? I'm leaving here. My time is up. I remember I took my last call, and the guy had told me how he retired and how he was buying a bicycle, and his children thought he was crazy. He went on to tell me about his friend that didn't retire, who was working past retirement, how he died never getting a chance to take his retirement. I took that wisdom from that one phone call. I talked to some of the most beautiful people on the planet that I hope to see in the spirit realm once I'm done in this life. That's how many people I talk to. So when I tell you, I used to get the report card that says, talks too much. Now look at me, Mama. I get paid to talk too much. I get paid well to talk too much. Because the Most High always got a damn plan. People are talking, but they're not saying nothing. Nada. Zilch. Nothing. But when you're talking and you're saying something, people understand, and this is the gift. This is the way that the Most High wants to use you. Oh, I don't know what my gift is. You're overthinking it. Your gift could just be here to, plant flowers. But when we seek the kingdom first and not the Most High, oh, how am I going to make money? Don't worry about that. Just do what you're supposed to do. Are you having fun? Does it make you happy? Then do that. All I like to do is eat. Well, do that. and share it with the world. Oh, how am I going to share it with the world? You got YouTube, you got TikTok. I got friends in Trinidad I haven't met yet. That's how you do it. You're not going to make it out alive. Remember that guy I told you about? The guy ended up not taking his retirement and he died. He had all that money saved up in his 401k. Maybe he stayed working there because he was doing what he loved. I don't know. Some people might say the glass is half full. Some people might say it's half empty. It's perception. Needless to say, that is the message. I got to get out of this bubble bath because look, there's no more bubbles, y'all. Oh, y'all can't see that. But listen, there's no more freaking bubbles, okay? This was a commercial break before me closing out the video. Somebody somewhere can appreciate that. I love you. I love you. I love you so much. I promise to the Most High God that I do. I'm just grateful to be connected, grateful to be here with all of you, watching you crown so beautifully, your energy. I am eternally grateful for it. And as always, until the next video, peace be with you.